Hey, 12 man! Are we on the brink of a new era or just another year of almost? The offseason is heating up, and I know you're feeling the fire right alongside me. Controversial decisions are stirring us up. Fresh names are popping up on the horizon, and there's even talk of an identity shift behind closed doors. That blue and green heart is pounding, and today I've got 4 sizzling updates for us to break down together. If you bleed Seahawks like I do, smash that like button, call your crew, and jump into the convo. Let's shape this future as a team. The Seahawks offseason is full throttle, and you can see the squad hunting for 2025 fixes with a hunger we haven't felt in a while. After a season where the offensive line was a nightmare, giving up pressure on 40% of snaps in 2024, one of the league's worst marks, the front office didn't mess around in free agency. They snagged veteran QB Sam Darnold, wide receiver Cooper Kupp, and defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence. Big names, tons of experience, but the fan base is split. Some are hyped about the bold moves, others are scratching their heads, asking, where's the O-line help? Yeah, that offensive line is still the Achilles heel. Losing Laken Tomlinson to free agency left a gap that's yet to be filled, and Abraham Lucas, our right tackle, isn't exactly inspiring confidence with just 13 games in 2 years thanks to injuries. The fix? The draft. Luke Easterling's 4-round mock from Athlon Sports dropped a plan that might just spark some hope. At pick 18 in the first round, he's got wideout Matthew Golden from Texas, an explosive playmaker for the offense. But the real game changer comes in round 2 with back-to-back O-line picks. Jonas Savaiinaea from Arizona at 50 and Ariante Ursary from Minnesota at 52, the latter from a trade with the Steelers. Savaiinaea is a beast who played right tackle in college but could slide to guard in Seattle. Raw power, solid gap control, he might be the guy to lock down the interior. Then there's Ursary, a towering tackle perfect for the right side, who could bench Lucas or even turn him into trade bait if it works out. 2 straight O-line picks isn't the norm, but for a team that ate 48 sacks in 2024, it's practically a must. The NFL trend is obvious. Teams like the Lions and Eagles dominate with rock-solid trenches, and it looks like Seattle's finally getting the memo. The ripple effect is huge. Short term, Darnold gets breathing room to hit Kupp and Jackson, Smith-Njigba. Long term, we might be witnessing the foundation of a line that doesn't just protect but paves the way for a run game. Something we haven't seen since Marshawn Lynch's heyday. Sure, it's still a projection, and the draft can throw curveballs. But these moves signal a franchise that's serious about ditching the almost label and contending in the NFC West. The 12th man is torn. Some are dreaming of playoffs. Others need to see it to believe it. Me, I'm cautiously optimistic. The line's got to prove it on the field. And if this shakeup's got you fired up, the next update will flip what you expect from the 2025 offense. The Seahawks offense is undergoing a revolution no one saw coming, and the wide receiver core, once a feared NFC powerhouse, has a whole new look. DK Metcalf's been traded. Yep. Our 6'4 monster isn't rocking blue and green anymore. Tyler Lockett, a franchise icon, got cut too, severing a bond that hit the 12th man right in the soul. In their place, Cooper Kupp, a genius from Yakima and Marquez Valdez-Scantling, a deep field burner, paired with Jackson Smith-Njigba, who broke out in 2024. This group's got juice, but it's still got us wondering, is it enough? The draft might hold the answer, and analysts are locked in on that first-round pick at 18. But it was Brock Horde, former QB and a trusted voice on Seattle Sports, who dropped a name that stopped me cold, Jalon Noel from Iowa State. He's not your typical first-round target, 5'10", or 195 pounds, smaller than the usual Seahawks mold. But what this guy brings is pure dynamite. In 2024, he racked up 80 catches, 1,094 yards, and 8 TDs, dragging the Cyclones to the big 12th title game. At the Combine, he blazed a 4.39 40-yard dash, leaped 41, 5 inches in the vertical, and banged out 23 reps on the 225-pound bench. That's rare strength and explosiveness. Heward calls Noel a mix of Amon-Ra St. Brown and Doug Baldwin, and honestly, that alone gives me chills. He's a slot guy like Kupp and Smith-Njigba, which might feel redundant, but hear me out. Kupp's 32 with an injury history and just 1 year left on his deal. No could be the perfect understudy, soaking up Kupp's brilliance while adding youth and versatility. Plus, he's a special teams demon, a 15 3-yard average on punt returns in 2024, something Seattle's missed since Lockett's prime. Tactically, No fits an offense craving more motion and quick strikes. Picture Darnold with time behind a revamped line, slinging it to a guy who runs crisp short routes and can still blow the lid off deep. The risk? He had some drops in college, but Horde says his competitiveness makes up for it. If he falls to the second or third round, it's a steal. The NFL's loaded with teams thriving off smaller, athletic receivers. Look at the Dolphins with Tyreek Hill. Seattle seems ready to ride that wave. The fan base is reeling from losing Metcalf and Lockett, but buzzing about what's next. I see a plan here. Rebuild the offense smartly, blending vets and fresh blood. It's a reset that could click or crash. And if this shift's got you thinking, the next update brings a familiar face that could shake up the 2025 defense. A blast from the past might be coming home, and it's tugging at the 12th man's heartstrings in a way only those who live the Legion of Boom days can get. Insider Jordan Schultz says the Seahawks are in talks with Shaquille Griffin, the cornerback who left Seattle in 2020 and is now a free agent. Fresh off a strong 2024 with the Vikings, he's proving he's still got gas in a tank. Sam Darnold wasn't the only one reborn in Minnesota. Griffin found his groove too, and he could be the missing piece for our secondary. Drafted by Seattle in 2017's third round, Griffin locked down a starting spot fast and peaked in 2019. 65 tackles, 13 passes defended, and a Pro Bowl nod. He owned his side of the field with swagger, even if picks weren't his thing. After his rookie deal, he signed a $45 million pact with Jacksonville, but it flopped. He bounced to the Texans, Panthers, and then the Vikings, where he got back on track. In 2024, he was steady, helping a playoff-bound defense. Now, at 29, he's on head coach Mike McDonald's radar, a guy obsessed with shaping the secondary. His way. You might ask, we've got Devin Witherspoon and drafted 2 corners in 2024. Do we really need this? Depth in the secondary is gold in today's NFL. Injuries hit, and a 17-game grind demands bodies. Witherspoon's a stud, but it thins out behind him. Rick Woolen's inconsistent, and the 2024 rookies are still raw. Griffin brings know-how, knows Seattle's system, and can play outside or in the slot. He's not here to be a star, but to steady the ship. Look at the Chiefs and Ravens. They rule because their defenses have reliable options. Short term, he lets McDonald experiment with more wrinkles, like bumping zone coverage, which jumped from 55% to 62% league-wide in 2024. Long term, he could mentor the young guns, helping craft a defensive identity that echoes the glory. Days. Fans are split. Some see a nostalgic homecoming, others a stopgap. I'm into it. It's a savvy move that won't break the bank and shows the front office is dialed in on the gaps. Price matters, but if it's right, I'm sold. This reunion hits different for those who watched Griffin grow here. It's like a son coming back, but with the chops to earn his spot. Does he still have that 2019 fire? We'll see. And if this one's got you reminiscing, the next update throws a wild curve that might split the 12th man in 2025. With the draft closing in, we're used to linking the Seahawks to predictable names at pick 18, an offensive lineman to fix the trenches or a wide receiver to juice the attack. But Ryan Wilson's 3-round mock from CBS Sports dropped a shocker. Maxwell Hairston, a Kentucky cornerback, as our first rounder. Yep, a CB for a team with Devin Witherspoon and 2 rookie corners from 2024. It's the kind of curveball that's got the 12th man scratching their heads, wondering what's the front office cooking? Hairston's a raw gem. At 5'11", 183 pounds, he's got the size Seattle loves in corners. Over 2 seasons with the Wildcats, he notched 6 picks, 10 passes defended, and 3 forced fumbles in 20 games. A nose for the ball. He's smooth in zone and man. Coverage, quick to react on routes, and doesn't shy from contact, despite a shoulder injury that nagged him in 2024. Wilson even compares him to Witherspoon, saying he's got that playmaker vibe. But here's the catch. CBS ranks Hairston 32nd overall and 3rd among corners, behind Will Johnson and Jahdae Barron, who'd still be on the board at 18. Taking him there feels like a reach, a gamble that doesn't match the team's glaring needs. Check the context. Our O-line gave up 48 sacks in 2024, and the run game hasn't topped 4 yards per carry since 2022. Meanwhile, elite prospects like Jalen Walker, Walter Nolan, and Colston Loveland fits for desperate spots would be there. Hairston could be a second day steal, but in the first round it's a luxury we can't afford. The NFL's littered with teams that tanked by neglecting the trenches. Ask the Giants. Seattle seems headed another way with Savainia and Ursary. An Easterling's mark, so Wilson's take has me skeptical. The fan base is buzzing. Some love the idea of another ball hawk, dreaming of a secondary that swallows enemy QBs. Others, like me, see it as squandering a golden shot to fix the offense. If Hairston slides to round 2, I'm all in. He's got star potential, but at 18, tough sell. It shows McDonald wants a fierce defensive identity, but it skips the balance a champ needs. The 12th man's got plenty to debate here. And if this twist caught you off guard, the wrap-up will make you ponder what this team could become in 2025. 12th man, what a ride today. O-line draft reinforcements and the fence reinventing itself with names like Jalen Noel, Shaquille Griffin's potential return, and a wild first-round corner pick. Seattle's moving pieces with guts. We're not the NFL's flashiest team right now, but every step screams a franchise hungry to climb back to the top. Is this the start of a new identity or just another rebuild that falls short? Drop your take in the comments. If you live this team like we do, subscribe and stick with us till the final snap.